Hey, what's up? What's up, everyone? I wanted to talk about some things that I have been going through. So, I'm not liking what happened to me last night and yesterday. Well, first of all, that floodlight that I showed you, um, it, it worked and it was very bright. It was great, but all I did was go up on the ladder, and when I came back down, I started feeling bad. I can't. I mean, it's like I can't hardly do anything that other people do. I don't know what I'll do. But then I noticed I was happy all day. I felt great. I was happy. I was laughing. I was filled with spunk, and I was, how I should be and how I want to be. But now I still feel out of breath. Like my breath's been like something hit me in the chest, took my breath away, sort of. At times I feel that way, and then it goes away. I don't know, but I came back in the house and told Mama what I did. That I put the ladder in. I mean, put the light in, and she was saying, "I didn't think you were going to do that right now." And I said, "Yeah, I should have told you, so she could have tried to, so I could have helped Mama out there, and she could have held the ladder steady." But I had it against the bush. It was next to the house, the tree or bush slash bush, whatever. So it was steady. It wasn't going to fall anywhere. If it was, it was leaning on that tree to the right of it, so it was safe. And it was on the driveway. But my blood pressure started dropping last night, and suddenly my mood changed, and I got this, I just got dark suddenly, like darker. I was like, well, you know what I mean, just like moody, never mind. I don't feel like listening to music, or I don't feel like listening to anything. We were listening to Tom McDonald. I was fine. Then I was like, I couldn't stand to listen to anything. I couldn't stand to hear anything or noises that bothered me. So I went into the other room. I laid down on the couch and turned the lights off. It was where it was dark, and tried to go into rest meditation mode or whatever. And then Mama came back in there and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I didn't even feel like going to town and to get anything. I didn't feel like going up the road. It's just 5 miles. We were going to go up 5 miles up the road, get some peanut butter and things, basic necessities, and try to go to Hardee's and maybe get a bite, maybe get some chicken, because I didn't feel like cooking or doing anything. And I've got this ear infection back too. My ear has been driving me crazy after I got out of the rain, for one thing. But it sharp pains and the hearing's going out of it again. I deal with that a lot, but it's the right ear this time. It switches from ear to ear, crackles and pops. But if anyone else has been dealing with sudden blood pressure drops, let me know, because I went into the living room, and then I told Mom, I was like, I don't feel right. And then I went in there to her and I said, I don't feel right. And she said, well, sit down, just sit down. And what was weird was the Genie system in Google. I had my Google system that went completely out. Other things started disconnecting. The printer disconnected. The printer sent an error report. Everything just kind of. I wasn't even using the printer. I haven't used it hardly ever. But it's like for necessities, if we have to copy something or print something important. But it just said error report, and then Google gives an error report, and the light system gave an error report. Everything messed up. Everything went out. Everything went crazy. And guess what else was happening? Every surge box in the house went all over because I was feeling bad. And then the one at the other part of the living room, the one at the router, the one at the TV, the one at the router, they all started messing up. The fan that I had on in the house for airflow it went like that. And that's the kind of things that happen when I feel weird. I felt disconnected and just suddenly like kind of just depressed and out of it, just like I want to be alone. But we got up and we went to town. I got a bite to eat. We got some things. from the store, but I still felt really bad. We also decided we need to fill the truck up with fuel, but I felt really weird. I went in there and their computer system messed up and it didn't want to do right either. That's another thing that happens a lot to me. But my blood pressure literally went from, it was like really high numbers, like unearthly amounts. It was not good. I think it was like 150 something over 102, and that was bad. I was like, uh-oh. And then it went to 170 something over 101. Then it just went down to, it started going down, and it went to 135 over something over 93, and then dropped to 148 over 80. Then it started dropping and dropping, and then it was like, and this is within a 10-minute time frame. And after it got to 138 over something, like 135, I think it was, not 138, it was 135 over 80. Then my blood pressure started dropping further within a 3 to 4 minute period. And I checked the blood pressure. I used the blood pressure monitor, and I sat there and I checked it again. And I felt like this right here. I just felt like that. And I felt weak, and I just laid there. And of course, Mama's always saying, "Well, she said take magnesium and that helped. That does help." And I had to take Tylenol because I was aching so much. I get restless leg if I don't take magnesium. But I do have to take energy pill, like a half of one. I'll take the powder out and take about a half one from the GNC, which has several things in it. Energy formula, which I actually ordered my last one from Amazon because you can't find it in the actual store anymore. And I'll take half of that just to be able to get, I have to take something for stamina and strength. Just to be able to have the stamina and strength or energy or agility that other people have, and it still doesn't give me the agility. But then it dropped and kept dropping. And I thought, well, it's back at 135, and then a minute later I checked it again. I could feel it dropping. It went to 122 over 80. And then when it got down to 98 over 67, it went to 98 over 67, and the heart rate or pulse rate went down to 52. And that's when the device put out like a pulse rate warning that my pulse rate's getting low. I think I could feel my pulse rate get down into like the 40s. And then that was right after the 98. It went within 2 minutes. It went from 98 over 67 with a pulse rate of 52. It went from 125 over 76 with a pulse rate of 72 down to 98 over 67 with a pulse rate of 52 within less than 2 minutes. Over a 30-digit drop in less than 2 minutes on the top number. And then it went from, that's when it went down to, from that 125 to 119, and then it went from 149 over 87 to 129 over 76 or so, and then down to 98 over 67 in just a 4-minute period. So, but before that, my number was like high, very high, 167 over 83, and then 141 over 101. That's what it went to. The bottom number went to 101 right before this happened. And then it went from 141 over 101 within 5 minutes down to 98 over 67 with a heart rate of 52. And then it said there was too low. It wouldn't even read it. After I checked it again, it said too low. It wouldn't read error. It was an error report reading. So that's what I've been dealing with. And then I woke up today feeling out of breath again, feeling very bad. It feels like an adrenaline, a gut feeling in the adrenal glands, and it makes you feel nauseated and then feel out of it. But with the way things are right now, I am not. I mean, unless I'm suddenly just dropping, I am not going to a hospital unless I had to. I was telling an interesting story yesterday to Mama about it was actually creepy from the hospital, but that's what's been going on, and I was also going to post this on my. I was going to post it on my regular channel and my ASMR channel. I don't. This is not ASMR, so this is not even. This is not like the usual content for anything or whatever. Wherever I post this, I will. I'm going to post it to both channels. Yeah. Anyway, I I don't know what happened. It was like I don't know. I didn't like it at all. I feel like if I do any of the least little bit of exertion, my brain's gonna feel like it's blacking out and like I'm losing consciousness or something. And then my blood pressure went back up. Like within less than 10 minutes later, after it went to that low number, it went back to the 149 over 90 number, or 131 over 93, then 141 over 90. So it it's just been crazy. When you have to take things, when you have to take, I was still taking on the antibiotics for my ear a while back for the doctor gave because I had to just to stop bad infections. I usually do peroxide. Mom was always saying, do peroxide, do things like that. And but it's been crazy. I have not felt well and almost blacked out, feeling like that. I still this morning today I still feel really really strange. But anyway, I needed to share this. I really needed to share it. Peace. Love you all. I hope and I pray that that doesn't happen again. But it feels like I'm feeling very similar today. Alright, that's all for now. Peace.